Hillary Clinton remains the frontrunner for the Democratic nomination, but last week showed some signs of getting worn out by some of the attacks from Bernie Sanders' campaign. This time, the debate is over the alleged contributions from fossil fuel companies. So what is true and what is not? This is a reality check you won't see anywhere else. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is trailing going into tonight's Wisconsin primary, but it was a comment she made to a Greenpeace activist last week that's grabbing headlines. Take a look.
Will you act on your words and reject fossil fuel money in the future in your campaign?
I do not. I have money from people who work for fossil fuel companies. I am so sick. I am so sick of the Sanders campaign lying about me. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, so this all started when the Greenpeace activist asked Clinton to reject fossil fuel money in the future. Now, to be clear, by law, campaigns can't take money directly from corporations. But as Clinton there herself said, she has taken money from people who work in the fossil fuel industry. So what does that actually look like? Well, according to the Center for Responsive Politics, as of March 21st, the Clinton campaign actually received $308,000 from individuals in the oil and gas industry. But she isn't the only one. The Sanders campaign has received nearly $54,000. But the Sanders campaign says that's not really the true number, and here's why. That's because Sanders and Greenpeace, they insist that the number does not take into account all the money raised by lobbyists for the oil and gas industry who have been bundling donations.
Really?
From the fossil fuel lobby, your response?
According to a Greenpeace analysis of campaign finance reports, Hillary Clinton's campaign has received $4.5 million from the fossil fuel industry. She has received contributions from over 50 lobbyists of the gas and oil industry. If that's not receiving money from the fossil fuel industry, I don't know what is.
Okay, but according to the Washington Post, Greenpeace counting all of that money raised or contributed by lobbyists as oil and gas industry funds. The problem there is that many of these lobbyists have other clients. One example here, Ben Klein, one of the lobbyists highlighted in the Greenpeace report, also lobbies for American Airlines, Cigna, and Hearst, according to the lobbying disclosure database. So in theory, his contributions to the Clinton campaign could also be labeled as funds for airline, insurance, or the media industry. So what you need to know is that what Sanders is accusing Clinton of is not entirely accurate here. Clearly, Sanders' campaign is exaggerating the numbers directly from fossil fuel companies. Still, Sanders' other line of attack, that hundreds of millions of dollars have been raised by super PACs supporting Clinton, that's true. Clinton supporters will point out that she doesn't have influence over what super PACs do, who contributes, and how the money is spent. And while that is supposed to be the way that it works, consider this. In 2015, Hillary Clinton became the first Democratic candidate to go out and to actually court donors on behalf of a super PAC, Priorities USA Action. The goal to raise $300 million. The idea that donors of that level give without strings, I'm not sure anybody believes that. That's Reality Check. Let's talk about that tonight on Twitter.